Yo! What's good, y'all? Hope you're having a blessed day. Sorry for screaming. But we got some breaking news to talk about. I literally was working on a different video. I was going to upload it tonight. I scratched it completely because we got to talk about Quinn Ewers and the big decision he just made. This is all breaking news as to when I'm currently speaking. We're going to talk all about it, dive deep into detail. So, hey, if you like college football content, we try to stay on top of it around here. Consider hitting that subscribe button, leaving a like, doing all the nice stuff. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. First things first, I want to give a big shout out to you guys that were tagging it to me and sending it to me on Twitter and Instagram. I really appreciate it because without your help, I wouldn't have known this is going on. I would have went to bed. For those of you that sent it to me, I appreciate it. If you want to send me any big time news, feel free to send it to me on Instagram, MattBGreatYT, or Twitter, MattBGreatYT. The big news we're going to talk about is that Quinn Ewers, we all know him. We made tons of videos talking about him. He has officially left Ohio State and he is going to Texas. Once again, yes, you heard me correctly. He has decided to go to Texas. We made a video talking about where he's going to go and where I think he should go and the best fit, and I predicted he would go there. On Instagram and Twitter, he posted the same thing and said, "Hey Alexa, play, quote unquote, Take Me to Texas." Not gonna lie, kind of a corny way to announce your signing day. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Let me know how you feel about his decision. Take a look at this comment somebody left under his post. Somebody said, "Best of luck. Buckeye Nation is rooting for you." Okay, seems respectable. Under that, "No, we aren't. Dude used Ohio State to collect a fat paycheck and rolled out, only because it's not illegal to pay college players in Texas." Here we go. Everyone being mad at a kid for doing what anyone else would have done. I have a serious question for some of you. I've said it about him. I'm going to say it again. If you had an opportunity to take a check and go to whatever college you wanted to go to, would you not do what he did? The only reason people criticize these players for getting money is because they're not getting money. If they was in the same shoes, they'd be doing the same thing. It's the exact same case for Lincoln Riley. I know we talked about him a bunch, but I can't stress it enough. He's only the bad guy for doing what everyone else wished they could have done. Am I saying I agree with how Lincoln Riley handled this situation in Oklahoma? No, I'm strictly talking about leaving Oklahoma to go get a better job that pays more in a better state. California is a beautiful state. It's a high and classy lifestyle, and that's what his wife wants to live, and that's where Lincoln Riley wants to live. And also, too, you have to take into account you got 4- and 5-star recruits in your backyard. In Oklahoma, not so much. And then last but not least, the biggest part of the puzzle was the money. They were offering him way more money. And it all goes back to Quinn Ewers. It's the exact same thing. You can't knock a kid for getting a bag. Let's take a look at this comment I'm not too much of a fan of. What happens if you don't start here? You gonna just transfer again? I hope you do great things, but so far you seem to run from adversity, not stare it down. Great athletes stare it down. They do not run. Good luck though. I'm a Longhorn, so I hope you earn your way here. I disagree with that comment because Quinn Ewers didn't even get to Ohio State until right before the season started, and he had no chance to even win the starting job. It'd be different if he lost the starting job in spring practice and he was crying about it in camp. That didn't happen. I would say he'd be stupid to stay at Ohio State considering the fact CJ Stroud is coming back next year. Why would he stick it out? Saying right now in his career that he's running away from adversity, especially at Ohio State, that's a stretch. And then we got this comment, from 5-7 to 6-6. Hell baby, Tate Martell. Breaking it down, his decision to go to Texas, not that shocking because money has a big influence in his life, considering he skipped his senior year of high school football to sit at Ohio State for money. I'm not shocked he went to Texas because they're offering the most money. I'm not saying I'm a genie or I can predict the future, but come on now. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure out he was going to go to the best school that offered him the most money. The fact that some of you really thought he was going to Texas Tech, it blows my mind. It's also being reported, and I've seen some sources confirm it, he's getting first-round draft pick type of NIL money at Texas. That's unreal. You're about to have a college kid who's getting paid NFL money. Is that not ridiculous? What a time to be alive. There's so many different comments and opinions. Everybody has a different view on the situation. Let me know your thoughts down below. I'm very curious. Let's focus on what's next for Texas and how he's going to affect the program. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You can take this how you want it. I'm not apologizing for this. The Texas football program right now is pretty embarrassing and disappointing. Texas is supposed to be a powerhouse in the college football landscape of things, and they're a laughingstock. I'm not going to beat them down too much. Losing to Kansas, it did enough to their ego. Who would have thought that we'd be sitting here saying Texas went on a 6-game losing streak in college football? It's unheard of. Whoa. Hold on. Even though they did go 5-7 and at some points in time during the season it was embarrassing, they're not too far away. Hear me out. And all of their losses this year, except for 2, they were in them and they were 1-score games. They could have easily been 9-3. They were simply 1 to 2 plays away and 1 player away. And that player now is Quinn Ewers, in my opinion. Have I seen him play college football? No. I haven't even studied his high school film too much. But from what I'm hearing, he's supposed to be the next superstar. If he can live up to half of that potential, Texas could be back. That is a big, and I mean a very big if. The reason I feel like Texas is not too far away from returning to not a great team, but a good team that could be in the top 15 on a normal basis is they have the pieces and they have the recruits and they have a good head coach. I believe Steve Sarkisian is the right guy. He's an offensive genius. You got to give him some time. I don't think it's a Tom Herman or Charlie Strong case where he's going to have 3 to 4 mediocre years. I feel like next year could be a turnaround or maybe the year after. Every college team in the country, their season depends on one key player, the quarterback. I've made this reference 1,000 times, but it's so right and it applies to everything. If Bryce Young was not playing for Alabama, they would be 8-4 or 9-3. You can't change my mind. I don't believe no man is better than the next. We should all be worshipped the same. Except when you're talking about college football. The quarterback controls your destiny. Of course, you got to have good players, but that's not a problem with Texas. They have the good players. They're lacking a great quarterback. I understand they have 2 guys they were playing in and out this year, but they're no Quinn Ewers from what I'm hearing. The only problems I saw at Texas this year was sometimes they looked uninspired, demotivated, and the defense, they weren't always tackling the best. But I'm telling you, you got to hear me out. If you watch college football, you know this is true. A quarterback can change the entire season and the entire team within the blink of an eye. For example, look what happened with LSU and Joe Burrow. They had one of the most magical years ever, and the year prior and the year after, it was nothing close to that. I understand if you want to say, oh, well, the year after, they lost 9 to 10 guys to the NFL, and yes, they did. But the year before, they had the same players. So what was the difference? The difference was Joe Burrow. He turned it up to another level, and he changed the complexity of that program that year. I'm telling you. If you can surround a quarterback, a good quarterback, with the pieces he needs, he can take you to another level. For Texas, they have one good thing going for them. They have all the pieces, they have all the players. Oh yeah, how can I forget to mention, I haven't even brought up his name. I love their running back, Bijan Robinson. That dude's a tank. And I'm telling you right now, if Texas would have went 11-1, he would have been in the Heisman conversation. I firmly believe that. I think he's one of the best running backs in the country. The only reason he didn't get the recognition he deserved this year was because he's on a losing team. We all know to win the Heisman, you got to be on a winning team. Bijan Robinson is a monster. He's a flat-out beast. I don't even know. No, I do know who I compare him to. He reminds me of Reggie Bush. I know it seems like I'm hyping up Texas a lot, but most of you guys know I'm an Alabama fan. I'm just speaking you facts and how I see it. Getting back on topic when Ewers looking ahead to next season, it's his job. They can say all they want, oh, it's going to be a quarterback battle. No, it's not. He's starting day one, and I'd put my life on that. The dude's starting. He's not going there to sit the bench. Him and Steve Sarkisian know that. Unless there's an injury or some money laundering going on, he's going to play week 1 and start week 1. I'm going to tell you something. I've never been intrigued by Texas football ever since 2009 or 2010. Going into next year, I can't wait. I want to see what this kid can do. Correct me down below in the comments if I'm wrong. I believe he has a perfect scout grade, and the only other person to have that grade is Vince Young. His scout grade isn't a 9999, it's a 1.000. He's perfect. I know, I need to pump the brakes. I'm hyping him up too much, but I'm just going off of what people are telling me. I could go on and on. I am so intrigued by this move and so intrigued by this kid. I can't wait to see what he does. Do I think he's going to lead Texas to the national championship next year? No, absolutely not. But I could see him going 10-2, maybe 11-1. Or I could be completely wrong and Texas can still suck and they can go 5-7 or 7-6, something like that. I just don't see that happening. The only thing they were lacking this year, in my opinion, was a better defense and a better quarterback. We saw what Sarkisian could do with Mac Jones at Alabama. I don't see why he couldn't do the same thing with Quinn Ewers. Let me know how you feel about it down below in the comments. But with all that being said, I'm just going to wrap up this video. I'm extremely tired. I had to stay up, film some other videos I'm getting ready for later in the week. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, leave a like for more. And as always, let's be great, Mike. Peace.